Workout of the week, and we've got a good one for you today.
Do we? What is the workout?
Yeah, well,
I don't even remember it.
it was that good that you
Yeah,
have problems with your memory.
it was probably the chicken sandwiches.
Uh-oh. Don't give away that yet. We
No.
don't. Yeah, if you haven't subscribed across any of the platforms yet, you need to do that because we've got some
Mm-hmm.
information on some bonus content
Yes.
that is not gold, but I'd say like golden chicken.
Golden nuggets.
Crispy golden chicken content. The workout of the week this week is 4-time 200-meter row, followed by 30 dumbbell hang power cleans, 30 toes to bar 200-meter row, 20 dumbbell hang power cleans, 20 toes to bar 200-meter row, 10 dumbbell hang power cleans, 10 toes to bar 200-meter row. The dumbbells here are 50, 35 RX, and that's what you're taking a look at today with the
Yeah.
workout.
As you were saying that, I was getting some pretty terrible flashbacks of that workout.
Yeah, and we also had another version of that that utilized the bike and some kettlebell swings. You're going to see that on the floor as well. It was a 4-time as well with a 600-meter bike, 50 kettlebell swings, 10 toes to bar, 600-meter bike, 40 kettlebell swings, 10 toes to bar, 600-meter bike, 30 kettlebell swings, 10 toes to bar, 600-meter bike. Not probably the longest workout we've ever done, for sure, obviously, but not a short one by any means. And you got a pretty big gymnastics movement in this one with the toes to bar. That's gonna each athlete, depending on where they're at with the gymnastics, is going to play a time and play a factor in their time today.
Yeah. One thing I do remember off this workout is we did like 150 ab mats or something 2 days before this. So I think all of our abs were a little toasty from that.
Yeah, so you had to definitely probably reach down onto that bar and push down on those lats a little harder to help that midline for sure. And when I do a workout with a lot of toes to bar, that midline starts to go a little bit. You really got to work on pushing that bar down, and we'll see how that goes. There's a couple athletes right there that we're doing what we call the fitness version of this. So if you want to call it a scaled version. It's kind of like that. It's definitely very similar, but it has its differences. And right now, most of the athletes are into those dumbbell hang cleans. Not something we normally see in the gym. This wasn't the first time you had done this, is it?
No, we've done them before.
We've done them before,
yeah.
but it's not something we see quite often. And it's a little awkward. I think in CrossFit, this is probably the closest you get to doing a dumbbell curl.
Yeah.
Essentially, you get to throw your hips into it, but it is the CrossFit curl. And for the most part, all the athletes here were moving through those pretty easy. I don't think that was the hard part of the workout.
Yeah, no, for sure. In terms of, how this workout feels, because I did do the workout, the dumbbell and the row were pretty much the rest. The work is definitely done in toes to bar, and it's more of an intense movement, and it's the same amount of reps as the dumbbell.
Right.
And the row, you can push through it a little bit, and it's not too bad. But where it sucks is the toes to bar, and it's going to suck the whole time. Me, I had to break it up pretty early. I'm already not the best at toes to bar in general. So for me, I broke at like 20, I think, is when I started breaking them up. And I think I'm just about to get to them
in that first
right
round.
now, yeah.
Yeah. I actually got to do this workout. I didn't do it at this on this video here, but I got to do it before it. And coming off an injury of my own and hadn't been able to do a lot of these because of that hamstring, that didn't factor in. But obviously, my training's a little down. Toes to bar for me, I came out the gate and lived with fives as long as I could, and felt comfortable with that early on. Of course, that always changes later on. I did notice in the dumbbells, the hang power cleans, for me, that wasn't hard, but I really pushed to go unbroken. Did you have to break up the dumbbells?
I never broke up the dumbbells, but one thing I did notice, and we might come back to it on the video later, is my dumbbells are very slow compared to, you say, Nick and Jeremy.
Right.
I come down a lot farther.
Right.
You know, I come down almost to my knees, whereas they're a lot shorter for Nick and Jeremy. I think that slowed me down a little bit, but it's also, you know, that was the rest. The dumbbell never
Right.
got hard.
No, absolutely. And I don't think you were supposed to go too fast with the dumbbells in this workout. I think it was just can't put it down if you're trying to put your best time up. So on the dumbbell hang cleans, like you got a little grippy there. I felt it coming down like you had to grip it.
Yeah.
And so maybe I think where you got the dumbbells to affect you the most in this workout was probably on the rig again, the toes to bar, because you're holding on to it, whether you're doing singles or multiple reps or whatnot. So looks like everybody here is over to the rig.
On the toes to bar for the longest set of toes to bar.
Yeah, so that first round is at 30, which is not. We've seen workouts with 50 or plus if it was a chipper. This is not the worst amount in a workout like this, you know, basically being, 3 rounds. But yeah, now you come off the row, you come off the dumbbells, you've done quite a bit. So that first set, I think, is more mentally daunting than, 30 being some sort of extreme number. And then, of course, like I said, the fitness workout, they had 10 each round. And what's good about that is an athlete that's, needing to work on a gymnastic like that, it allows them to continue through the workout.
So at the end of the day, this is a toes to bar workout.
Yeah.
Essentially, the row and the dumbbell just act as obstacles on your way to back to the toes to bar. And so really, this workout is about how you can handle toes to bar and how you break them up. One thing I noticed for me just now was, I don't really remember, but I took a huge set at the beginning, and I should have known not to do that because I knew, I have 50 more of these total, 60 in the workout total.
Yeah.
So I think I did like a set of 15 at the beginning. Probably shouldn't have done that. I know you said you broke it up in 5s pretty much the whole time.
Out the gate with 5s.
Yeah, that's probably a smart strategy. Obviously, if you're stronger in the toes of the bar, and like me, you might be able to get away with bigger sets.
Right.
I feel like a few athletes here did. I haven't looked at really what Jeremy's been doing, but
I think he came out the gate with like 10 or 15, and then started breaking up. Now Jeremy's there in the middle of the screen right now. He's coming off a little knee surgery, and so, I wouldn't say, and the same thing with me too. Like when I said I went 5s, I think if I'm in training and been training regularly like I'm used to, I think 10s early on is not a bad idea here. I just knew I hadn't hit Metcon in weeks, and so for me to come out the gate, 5s were about the best that I could do. And I'm not a great toes to bar person anyway, so I felt like, 5s were going to be sustainable for a while.
Yeah, for me, and I know I tried to start doing sets again at the end, but it was basically just me hanging onto the bar and, taking a few seconds to kip into another one. I was smoked at the end just because of those big sets at the beginning.
Jeremy is moving pretty good here.
Oh, yeah.
And, again, I know he hasn't been able to condition as much as he'd like, but he's always been pretty good at toes to bar, too. Yeah, for the most part, you can see, obviously kettlebell swings too, and the dumbbell hang power cleans. It's a time consumer, a little bit, it's just more of an obstacle, like you said. And the row, being only 200 meters, like you also got to think competitively here. If you're trying to put up a good score, I think the fastest 200 meter row to the moderate 200 meter row is saving you, a couple seconds?
Yeah, I mean, if you just go based off the rowers' pacing, being about 150 for a 500 meter,
right?
That doesn't separate you that much in
a shorter
200.
Distance, yeah. So you can kill yourself on the row there, and if you're a really good rower and not as good at toe to bar, I mean, I think that might be your strategy, right? Or part of your strategy is I've got to get every second that I can over there to give me some more time. If say you can only do singles on toes to bar, you might have to go and kind of hammer that rower a little faster. And then same thing with the dumbbells. You absolutely can't put it down. The only thing I could see here, being a 50-pound dumbbell, you get maybe a smaller athlete, female or male, with the 35 too, that being a little harder and maybe having to put that down or once or twice. Of course, they're gonna probably be better at toes to bar, but at that point, maybe that's your window of opportunity.
Yeah.
You can see there at the bottom left of your screen, we've got the clock showing 8:26, 8:27. And these athletes look like we've got Jeremy, I think, is on his third row at this point, meaning that he's about to get to the 10 and 10 of this workout.
Which is pretty deceiving. I mean, even after, 10 doesn't sound like a lot, but after all that work,
Right.
It was just as hard as the 20, in my opinion.
Well, and you also got to keep in mind, too, this workout is built with a 200-meter row at the end.
Yeah.
So even though you get through those 10 and 10, how much can you put that out of your mind? You got that 200-meter row to finish, right? So, I think that makes those 10 and 10 feel a little bit worse than what they really are. But, of course, like you said, it's towards the end of the workout now.
So we said, there's Nick right there.
If you haven't checked out bonus content, that guy right there, he's got a lot of insight on chicken sandwiches.
Oh yeah. I completely forgot what I was gonna say. Nick distracted me.
Yeah.
We set an 18-minute time cap for this workout, which was pretty generous.
Right.
I think 18 minutes is doable for most people in this workout if you're scaling appropriately, and I think that's what we want.
Right. Yeah, 18 minutes. Looking back at the times too, no one was really flirting with that 18-minute mark at all. So,
which in my head, that meant I had to do the work. So.
Right. Yeah. This wasn't one. And sometimes you might put a faster time cap on a workout like this and really push the pressure on some people, but this one's like, look, you're not gonna get saved by the bell. You're going to get all the reps today. Yeah. And the faster you get it done, the faster, you're done.
This is for time. That's at the end of the day, you shouldn't get time capped.
Right now, it looks like 10:27.
I think.
Is that 10? Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm moving into my last dumbbells. My time was 13 something. You might have it. I don't even know if I put it in, honestly.
You did not.
Yes. It was 13:10. I do remember that.
Right. Yeah, so Jeremy's going to finish up at 11:12, so he's right there on his last 200 meters. And that last 200 meters, I bet, I remember feeling a little deceived because I'm tired at that point. And that last 200 meters didn't feel like 200 meters. It felt a little harder, but obviously you've done all that work. So
For me, something about the rower. At the end of a workout, I have no problem moving a rower. We did a workout yesterday. It was pretty long and had a row at the end, and I was moving like 1,500 calories an hour.
Yeah.
For me, the rower wasn't an issue. It was getting through the toes to the bar right here, which is I'm doing singles while holding onto the bar, which probably isn't the most effective strategy.
If I was to go anywhere with that, now it's a higher bar, so you don't have to jump. But typically, I don't like being stuck up there if I'm not going into the rep. So, that's one way to go at it. We've got a couple more finished there. It looks like Floor just finished, Becca just finished, and two more on the rowers that are getting close to finishing. Couple times here to look at as we see everyone finish up. The fastest time for our ladies today was 9:23. Fastest guy was 11:12. That was a huge difference.
And that's pretty interesting considering the rower is typically slower for women.
Yeah. I think what it was is, Taylor Page had the fastest time at 9:23. Haley Wood was not far behind her at 10:01. And so, but both girls very good at gymnastics for sure. I wish. Okay, Becca, you see right there, just finished shortly before that. She was at 11:43, and she had a pretty good pace. So, that kind of gives you a little insight of what a 9:23. I mean, what that kind of looks like.
That's interesting. A lot of girls beat our guys.
Yeah. With the row in it too.
Yeah.
And I think what it is there. Definitely. I mean, we can look at each person individually. In this gym, I don't know if it's necessarily just because it's a better girl workout, but I do believe like what we kind of saw was that we just had some better gymnasts on the girls show up that day. I don't think the dumbbell, now in some cases, could slow some of these girls down. It just wasn't the movement. If it was maybe alternating snatches, um, thrusters, something like that, maybe. But being a pretty simple, short movement, the lighter lifters, it didn't factor in as much.
Yeah, I think it goes to show that shorter row, there's not really much time you can make up there, mainly because of the transition. Now there's there's 1,000 meters of row, unless my math is wrong.
Wait, for this workout?
Yeah,
800.
800 meters a row, and in one sitting, a guy's going to beat a girl pretty much every time. And even in the 200, yeah, they will, but that transition time is important. So there's not really much ground you can make up on the rower. Your time's made up on the dumbbells and on the toes to bar.
Yeah, so, and we got Megan here. It looks like she's wrapping up the fitness side on the bike there, and the bike is never friendly, for sure.
I would much rather have done this with the row than the bike.
Yeah.
Fitness looks worse than...
In some cases, you had some big numbers on the kettlebell swings, too. The one thing that, again, for an athlete with the gymnastics side of things, was able to work on the toes to bar, yet not be the main focus. Whereas in the comp version of this, was definitely the main focus. Toes to bar was the main focus. So, yeah, I think this is one of those workouts where it definitely is a competitive workout, because I feel like you could go. Even if you weren't that great at toes to bar, you just got to learn to be a little faster on the toes to bar. And that's basically how you're left feeling after the workout.
Yeah,
it hits your soul just a little bit.
All right, I guess that wraps up workout of the week number 3. If you haven't checked out the others, you guys can go check that out on the YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe to get notified every time we do upload one of these, and you can watch it for yourself. Yeah,
and also after you take a look at this workout and see what other people are doing, try it out at home, try it out at your box. You got a little bit of free time. Like we said on the times here today, it was anywhere from around 9 minutes to around 15 minutes at most. So you got a little extra time. You want to work on your toes to bar, or maybe even that fitness workout that we posted. Give it a shot, and we want to know how you did. So hit us up on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. If you got a video of you doing it too, tag us in it. We'd love to share it with everybody in the community. And really the idea with these workouts of the week is to motivate people, maybe give you a little insight to improve your score and improve your efficiency in your fitness that day. So keep checking out the workouts each week.
Yep. I think that's going to wrap it up.
All right. Until next time, we're the Olympian Project.
Yeah.